Welcome back, everyone. As you probably guessed from the title of the video, as well as the thumbnail, we're talking about this light right here from the folks over at Olight. It is their newest, as of when I'm recording this video anyway, weapon light. It's a departure in terms of what they have traditionally done. Traditionally, they have had rechargeable batteries with their magnetic system on their weapon lights. This one does not. This one has a USB-C, and it is something that I think a lot of people were looking for, and they actually did it. Now, they also did something very different besides just the charging method on the light itself. They actually have essentially two different lights in the light. So we have one that is a wide flood setting, so it's going to give you around 3,000 candela, which really isn't a lot, but it is a wall of light. I think that one is 1,200 lumens in that setting. Then they have a higher candela setting, which I believe is 900 lumens and is 23,000 candela. So totally different light profiles that you guys will see here in just a second when the lights go down, the sun goes down rather, and we do a beam comparison. But controls on it, let's talk about it. First off, it does have a ratcheting system when you actually do close it. I should also note, this is, of course, an affiliate sale that is going on right now. That's why I'm making this video. And there's an affiliate link down below. If you guys clicked on this, seeing the thumbnail, seeing the title, and you got real mad because it's an Olight video for some reason, then there will be mental health resources linked up for you guys down below in the video description. So just getting that out of the way, there is that. And additionally, if you guys want to pick one up at the end of this, there is an affiliate link for you guys to do so. Anyway, as I was saying, it has a ratcheting system. When you actually tighten it down, it uses a flathead screwdriver. So universal tool, which I do like that for sure. But it's interesting that they have sort of like that click ratchet system. So that way it retains it without having to use Loctite or anything like that, which I think is a smart move. I'm not sure there's any other weapon lights out there that use that. There may be, I just am not aware of it. A lot of them use springs, counterside springs to do that. It's a different technique. Thought it was interesting. But then on the side, on the left side of the light right there, we have the two different light settings. So let's just go ahead and turn it on so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. I don't want to point it at the camera, but there you guys can see it is on one setting and then totally different setting when you switch it. In terms of controls, it's basically the normal controls that you would think of when you think of switchology on weapon lights. So basically press and hold for your momentary. When you're done, it goes off. And click for constant, and then if you want, you can click both sides and it will go into strobe mode. Before I do that, just if you guys have any conditions that are going to cause that to be an issue, just look away for a few seconds. But I'm going to go into strobe here. As you guys can see, it will strobe, and it will do it either way, either in constant or momentary, however you press it to turn the light on. So those are the different modes there. Additionally, I should also note, you can turn it on and you can go to high and low mode. So everything I'm going to show you guys today is going to be high mode. I'll probably show you the low mode, but the numbers I'm talking about are in high mode. And then if you want to turn it into low mode, double click, it goes into low mode, and double click, go back into high. So those are the basic switchology of it, if you will. Just right up front, before we let the lights go down, what do I think of it overall? I think it's interesting. It's an interesting design that they have two radically different weapon lights essentially on the same light. Is it good or bad? I don't know. One thing I think would be interesting is if they had a setting where you could use both. I bet it would drain the battery extremely fast. That's probably why they don't have it. It might get a little too hot, but it would be interesting. Speaking of the battery, it does have a battery indicator on the side. So basically right now, I don't know if you guys can see that, it is green. Hopefully the camera will focus and pick that up. But it is green on there. And then when it gets below 60%, it will go to yellow. When it gets below 10%, it will go to red, letting you guys know the battery status. And once again, very easy to recharge it. And it is sealed up there when you actually do close that piece back down. So with that, let's wait until the sun goes down and check out the beam and see how it does, and then come back at the end. The sun has gone down, and now we're going to do beam comparison. Right now, my neighbor actually has an outdoor light on that's making it appear a little bit brighter than it probably is normally here on the channel. But if you guys are new to light tests, if you guys are watching on a computer, especially if you turn your monitor all the way up, that would be as close to what I see here with my human eye. I have my camera set on manual, so that way it's not going to auto adjust. And so with the new Olight, there is the output there with the high candela mode on high. You guys can get an idea there. That wood fence meets the iron fence, the spot there rather where the wood fence meets the iron fence, approximately 30 yards away. The trees in the back anywhere from 30 to 50, just to let you guys get an idea and appreciation for the beam pattern. It's definitely got a heck of a hotspot, no doubt about it. And to switch it over into the flood mode, we're just going to push down on that little button on the light, and that is the output there. You guys can see a very, very different output overall. Now, one thing I will tell you is that the marketing literature I was given on this said 3,000 candela. There's no way that's definitely more than 3,000 candela. Just I compare a lot of lights out here. It's definitely not as much, of course, as the high candela mode right there, but it's definitely more than 3,000. So you definitely have wide output there. Now we're going to check out the low mode here real quick and turn it back on high, and then double tap, and that is low. You guys can see the difference there. And double tap to go back to high, double tap to low, and then to switch it over again, that is the high candela mode on low, double tap on high. And for comparison, here is the Streamlight TLR-1 HL. This is the 20,000 candela, 1,000 lumen light that most people have. It's definitely the most popular weapon light in America. You can get an idea. Again, this is the Streamlight right here. You guys can get an idea of the beam pattern. And then there is the Olight on the high mode, high candela mode. So put the hotspots next to each other. They are a slightly different temperature for sure. Now we're going to see the throw on these things. So I'm about 10 yards back on my property. Shore to shore is about 110 yards. And then there's a little fishing shack that many of you guys may be familiar with. Across the lake, probably another 10 yards back. So get some pretty decent distance here. And here is, of course, the Olight, and that is in the high candela mode. And we are zoomed way too far in. All right, let's back it on out. So there you go. You guys get an idea of the beam pattern. We have that rosemary bush here on my side of the property. As you can tell, it is being illuminated with plenty of flood, but also we're getting that throw out there in the hotspot. There you see the output on the wide floody mode, and then back to the high candela mode. One thing I will say is that when I zoom in here on camera, that's much closer to what I see with my human eye. The camera has a hard time just recreating what you see, but that's pretty close to what I actually see out here, standing here with my human eye. If somebody was standing there holding something, you'd be able to tell that. I'm not sure you'd be able to tell what the item was, though, at distance. Again, though, it's about 130 yards away, so it's not close, and it's pretty dark. So again, that is the floodier mode. Excuse me, the high candela mode. That's the flood. High candela, flood. Very big difference. And again, there's no way that's 3,000 candela. It would not be lighting up things that far away if it was. So I feel very confident saying that number I was given is wrong. It might be like 5,000, something like that. Now, just for comparison, again, high candela mode, and that is the Streamlight TLR-1 HL. The Olight has a little bit more candela for sure, but it's a different beam pattern, no doubt about it. So again, that's the Streamlight everyone kind of knows and loves. And then the Olight. Now that you guys have already seen the beam pattern, let's talk about holster compatibility. There are a number of holsters that will be available at launch. The folks over there at Olight went ahead and met with a couple different companies to get that set up, so that way they will be available at launch. That is a concern, obviously, with any type of holster, and they have addressed that. Additionally, price point, as right now when I'm filming this, I haven't announced it yet, at least not to me. So I will roll it in on the screen as well to let you guys check that out, because I can't make a comment on whether or not price is good or bad. As of right now, I do not know. Additionally, I have not tested this with live rounds yet, so just know that as well, because again, it came in the day before the sale went up, so we just wanted to get you guys the information. Hopefully other channels, like folks who have ranges at their house and stuff like that, which obviously I don't, folks have been able to get some rounds through it and get that all worked out. One thing I didn't mention as well is that it has a system that uses either 1913 inserts or Glock inserts. Obviously, this is a Gen 5 style Glock, and it uses 1913 inserts, so I didn't have to change it, but it does have the ability to move it forward and aft, so that way, or forward and back, I should say, so that way, depending on where you prefer your switches, like I tend to like mine closer to the trigger guard, but if you wanted it further out, you can shift it that way. And then additionally, that allows you to use it just on a lot more different guns as well, because not all the light rail positions are the same on all different guns. With that, that's pretty much it. I think I covered it. If you have any questions, anything like that, you can always post down below in the comment section. Again, full disclosure, Olight did send this out, and it is an affiliate link down below. And with that, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.